If you're considering a move to Sugar Grove, Illinois, this video is for you because today I am breaking down the 7 things that most people won't tell you about moving to Sugar Grove. Making a decision where you want to live, that's always, it's very big, and it takes more than just, hey, I like this house. You want to feel a part of the community. You want to feel like you belong in the neighborhoods and the communities and are going to enjoy living there, not just enjoying your house. And if you've considered Sugar Grove, or maybe you've never even heard of Sugar Grove, there are some things that you should consider and be aware of when moving here. Many of these things I learned for myself when I moved into Sugar Grove and into the area. And today we're going to break that down and just talk about the community and give you some tips and things to consider and look out for when planning your move to Sugar Grove. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ryan Ivmeyer. I'm a local real estate broker, and this is Life in the West Burbs, where on this channel, we talk all things real estate, all things life in the West Burbs, from property home tours to community breakdowns like today's video. We even talk with business owners and market updates and all that sort of stuff. So follow along today as we discuss the 7 things that you need to know and you need to consider that most people won't tell you when moving to Sugar Grove, Illinois. The number one thing that most people won't tell you is you have to pay attention to the school districts. Most of Sugar Grove is going to fall into the Kaneland School District, which geographically is a very large school district in Illinois. If we pull up the map here to kind of show you the full boundaries of Kaneland School District, it's going to go all the way down here to 30, kind of come up, catch a little bit part of Aurora. It, of course, catches Sugar Grove, up through Caneville, up through Elburn, up here over to Maple Park, which is where the high school is at, and ends up in this area. It is 140 square miles of district boundary space that Kaneland School District has. So if you're living in Sugar Grove, you have a good, 15 to 18 minute drive to get to the high school out here in Maple Park. So that's something to consider if you have older kids going into the high school grade, or eventually will have kids going into high school. Now, fortunately, the middle school is very convenient to Sugar Grove because no matter where you are, you're going to be pretty close to the middle school, as it is. Let's see if I can get my bearings. It's right over here and sits just off 47 here in this location. So from that perspective, the middle school, it is very close to pretty much everybody in Sugar Grove. And for the most part, the elementary school is pretty close as well, with the local elementary school here in this area of the map where 47 and 56 meet. Now, why you need to also consider not just where the high school is and where the middle school is and where you are in Sugar Grove is there are parts of Sugar Grove that will go to a different elementary school, specifically this pocket here. This whole little square here that I'll outline on the map and give you a rough estimate. Now, this square here, if you live in there, you are actually going to be going down to McDole Elementary School, which is all the way here at the south end of the district boundary line and in Montgomery. So if you have kids in elementary school and you don't want to make that drive and you want to be closer to where the elementary school is, you need to consider that. Also, this part here, around this area is also going to be going to that McDole Elementary School. So there are some pockets where you may not go to the close, John Shields Elementary School in Sugar Grove. You may be going down to the further McDole Elementary School that is in Montgomery off of 30, but still falls within that Kaneland School District line. Now, there is also Prestbury, which actually goes to the West Aurora School District. So if you're looking at houses while you're in Sugar Grove and you're in the Prestbury community, you will actually end up, for the most part, in the West Aurora School District. And that brings me to number 2 on the list, which is Prestbury is almost like its own little community. And let me show you what I mean by that when taking a look at the map. If we outline the map here, give you a rough estimate of the boundaries of Prestbury. It's roughly the houses that fall within that space. And why it's a zone community, like I just mentioned, it goes to West Aurora School Districts, but it is also an unincorporated Sugar Grove. So you don't get to vote in like the Sugar Grove local elections. You still get some of the services that other Sugar Grove residents will, like the library and the fire department, because those are actually districts. So it's a Sugar Grove Library District, a Sugar Grove Fire District, which covers just an entire space and not just the community. But there is no city functions that you get. There is a pretty high HOA per month that sponsors a lot of things within the community. The township takes care of the roads, and it's a little bit different. You do have some lower taxes versus the rest of Sugar Grove because you're not going to Kaneland School Districts, which sees a higher tax rate. You don't have the city of Sugar Grove taxes that are paid in by the other members of the community of Sugar Grove. So the taxes can be lower, but you do go to West Aurora schools, which are a little bit further of a drive, and you don't have some of the local services that the rest of the residents of Sugar Grove will have. Number 3 on the list of things that most people will not tell you when moving to Sugar Grove is that the subdivisions can kind of feel a little bit like an island. Like each subdivision is its own little island and separated from their other subdivisions and other part of community. And I'll give you an example of what I mean as we kind of go through the map here and look at some of these subdivisions. You have this little section down here, which is kind of completely split off from 47 and 56. On the other side of 47, this whole section is kind of its own little area with easy flow. Now, this is the old part of Sugar Grove where you get some local businesses. You can walk, of course, to the elementary school, which is right here that we talked about. You can walk to the library, which is down here at this end. The police station is right there. So this section has a lot of walkability to some of the amenities of Sugar Grove, like the library and the school and all that sort of stuff. But the rest, you have islands. This is its own little subdivision down here at Mallard Point. You have this subdivision here, this subdivision, and then this little green space is actually being built into a subdivision, which ties into this one, but it's kind of on its own little island. You have these up here, which looks like it's connected to Prestbury, but Prestbury, again, is its own little HOA and community area, and then it's not real easy and convenient to get into these. So all of these little subdivisions, they kind of feel like they're separated a little bit from the rest. Now, Sugar Grove has recognized this, and they are trying to combat that a little bit, and we're going to talk about that more here in the next step. But some of the things they are doing is they recently built a pedestrian path and pedestrian bridge. It's actually so new. It's not even on this map yet, but it comes through this field and crosses through this forest preserve here, so you can ride your bike and get to all of these houses pretty easily and conveniently. So Sugar Grove's goal with that is to try to connect these communities here with this community here, so people can live here and ride their bikes to Jewel or get ice cream or whatever, or if people are living here and they have friends over here, they can ride their bikes to that. So they are trying to combat that, and there's some more things we'll look at in a minute to kind of talk about how else that is going to be changing. But as it currently stands, there's kind of these little islands that Sugar Grove does have. So I'm curious to know if that's something that you would be okay with in a community, or if you would rather have everything connected. Make sure you comment below and kind of let me know what's your favorite kind of community that you would live in. Some sort of privacy from others or everything connected. And I'll always respond to all of your comments and curious as to what you would prefer, or maybe it's a non-starter as part of where you're trying to live. Number 4 on the list is there's currently not really a downtown area. There's the area that we talked about a little bit earlier here in this original part of Sugar Grove. That is probably the closest there is to a downtown area. There's a community building that you get access to as part of the Sugar Grove Township, which is a separate taxing body from the village of Sugar Grove. But the community building can be rented out for people having birthday parties, graduation parties, whatever. There's a couple pizza places down here and a gas station. And of course you have the school, which if you're familiar with Sugar Grove, that is where the corn boil happens every year. It's an annual tradition. It's a little local community fair with rides and games and concerts and a great fireworks show. And that's kind of the heart of where everything happens. So this is the closest that you're going to get to a downtown area when living in Sugar Grove. Now, compared to communities that are nearby like Batavia, Geneva, where they have the downtowns where you can go to and you have restaurants and bars and breweries and shops and everything that you can kind of walk in back and forth to. There's nothing like that in Sugar Grove. You are going to have no sort of downtown area to go to and visit besides kind of walking around where the school is and the community building and all that. And that, however, is changing, which we will talk about in our tip number 5 of what most people won't tell you when moving to Sugar Grove, Illinois. And that is the community is changing very rapidly. There's a lot of development going on, and there is some big projects going on in the area that's going to vastly change the landscape of what Sugar Grove is. Like we talked, currently there's a little bit of island space or island feel for the different subdivisions and communities, but that is in the process of being fixed, not only with the new walking path over the river that is here. There is a new subdivision building here, which is going to connect all this. There's more of this subdivision is being built out, and some long-term early discussion plans where this may be built into a subdivision to connect all of this. That's not set in stone. It's just early rumors and discussion currently with some developers that are in the area. But the one thing that is changing Sugar Grove drastically is the Crown development that is currently in the process. They've actually already broken ground, and I believe within the next year, either late 2026 or early 2027 is when the first houses will start being delivered. It is going to be, this whole area is going to be developed. I believe it's around a 700-acre development or something like that. It is quite large. It's going to involve houses. It's going to involve commercial space on the north side of Sugar Grove up here above 88. I'll just kind of highlight it here just so you can see what we're talking about. This is slated, this isn't the exact boundaries, but it's to give you a rough estimate. This is slated to be potentially some data centers, potentially warehousing. I think currently the city has in place some data centers to come in there. That's nothing that's been set in stone or solidified, but that is the current trend. So this will all be those sort of commercial buildings. Plus in the front here, there'll be kind of a commercial like retail space type building where, maybe like an oil change facility or something where, everyday people aren't going to go to the data centers or go to warehouses to use them. But in front, there will be some everyday commercial space that people can use. And then in this corner here, there's some target for maybe some apartment buildings, possibly a gas station. There's still some things that are fluid and haven't been finalized, but the development has broke ground here and is vastly changing Sugar Grove. Now, how that's changing Sugar Grove is it's not going to feel like such an island because all of this here will be houses, which will solve that island kind of feel, especially for a lot of this area. And they're going to be a big city center down there, which will bring in that downtown feel. So it's going to have shops and restaurants. I think they have like a brewery planned, and they're building it to really attract people as like a downtown location. It'll be very easily accessible for everyone living here to kind of drive into the downtown area, potentially even walk, as it's going to be pretty close to those communities. And it is built to solve that problem of Sugar Grove not having like a downtown area or an area where people will go and shop and eat and, you know, enjoy themselves and just hang out for a long time. And that leads us into number 5 of the things that most people won't tell you about moving to Sugar Grove is a lot of your shopping is not going to be local because there's no downtown area with shopping and all of that. There's not a lot of options for shopping. There is a Jewel in Sugar Grove. Let me pull it up here. Let me see if I can find it on the map. There's a Jewel in Sugar Grove right here. There's a Walgreens. There's a couple fast food joints. Of course, we have some local restaurants like Open Range at the golf course or Burnt Barrel or the restaurant here near the school. But there's not a lot of shopping, and a lot of your shopping, whether it's for clothes or if you need to, you know, go to a Walmart for back to school shopping, a lot of that's going to be done in other communities. Fortunately, it's not that long of a drive to get to those communities, maybe, you know, 15, 20 minutes, depending on traffic and time of the day. But there's nothing else besides the Jewel or Walgreens there to go do your shopping. So you're going to be spending a lot of time and driving to and from other communities to do the bulk of your shopping, and that is something that Sugar Grove currently lacks. But with that changing community, that is expected to change with that new city center that's coming in, and that is going to be planned. And the final one, number 7 of what most people will not tell you when moving to Sugar Grove is the parks are fantastic. I have 3 small kids of my own, and the park system is phenomenal in Sugar Grove, and they are, for the most part, all ran by the park district. So in each subdivision, remember we talked about the subdivisions having kind of an island feel, and each subdivision is its own little thing. There's parks in each of those subdivisions, and they're all ran by the park district. So if you go to, this one here, this subdivision, the park is actually at the school. They just put in a new park here at Mallard Point. This one here has 2 parks. You got Walnut Woods up here, which has a park. You have Black Walnut Trail, which has a park. All of these communities have their own parks, and they're really fun, and the kids really enjoy them, and there's always kids out there playing at them. And if you are walking to a park that's in your neighborhood and the kids are starting to get bored with it, the next day you can go not that far and find another park, and they're really good quality and they're in really good condition. I think 3 of the parks have been, over the past couple of years, have all new equipment and all new everything, and the park district really focuses on that. And the kids really enjoy it. Now, again, Prestbury being its own community, they have a couple of their own parks, which you're technically supposed to live in Prestbury in order to use those parks. But there are plenty of parks and entertainment to go to for the kids to get outside when the weather's nice, and they are fantastic in Sugar Grove. And there are the 7 things that most people won't tell you about when moving to Sugar Grove, Illinois. I appreciate you following along. Comment below. I'm curious to know which one stood out to you the most, which one kind of piqued your interest about Sugar Grove, and what other further questions you have about life in Sugar Grove or things that you are concerned about. If you're interested in learning more about Sugar Grove or kind of seeing what you can afford, I did a video of the true cost of what a $500,000 house in Sugar Grove really is, which is linked below. And there's also a link to contact me and start your discussion on, hey, I'm interested in moving to Sugar Grove and I want to see what I could qualify for and what sort of house I can get. So thanks for following along and watching this video today. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as we continue to bring you more videos about local communities, more property home tours, talking with business owners, and talking all things life in the West Burbs.